Welcome back, guys. Today we have one more video. This video is about a Xbox Series X. Customer shipped it in and we have a problem with the HDMI. The customer attempted to repair the HDMI himself and it didn't go so well. So we're gonna try to fix it. As you can see on the picture there, you can see some of the pads are lifted, and these pads are this one, this one, and this one. So there's 3 pads. The other ones seem fine. We're gonna, it looks like he used a drill or something to remove some of the holes here, some of the solder. So we're going to push that solder in there and see what happens here. Okay. So let's check our new HDMI port. Make sure that it fits in there now. And it will. We will probably have to use some jumper wire for some of these pads. Let's clean them up first with some solder and some flux. And then we will go from there. See, we're going to be using the continuity multimeter in continuity mode too. Check for any make sure that everything's soldered the way it is. Okay, so I'm just putting some solder flux in there, and we're going to clean up this area now. For some reason, my lighting seems a little off today. I don't know why. Or the camera. But hopefully you guys can see well. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. Looks a little pale, and I tried adjusting the contrast and balance, but it didn't make a big difference. So we're going to proceed with the video. Hopefully you guys can appreciate and see well. See what I'm doing here, okay? We're going to scrape these points here. And there's one. And then there's one. I'm going to scrape them a little further down just in case I need to use a jumper wire. And then I'll be testing with a multimeter. All the other ones look good. And the reason I'm going to be testing with a multimeter today is because the customer only sent the motherboard, not the whole unit, so I cannot test the unit, but I can test the HDMI port and make sure that all these wires are lined up properly. Okay, so now that we have it, ready, we're gonna prepare the HDMI. It looks aligned somewhat. I think it's fine. So we're going to start by applying some solder on the points that are accessible. Yeah, I don't know, I think the lighting is off, or I don't know, with this camera today. So here we go, okay? Cleaning my solder iron. I'm going to go ahead and add more solder to each of the pins. The intention is not to bridge them, but you have a bridge here. I'm going to go back. So what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing a little bit of solder each time I pass my solder iron through there and applying it on other points. There is no need for me to grab solder wick. Eventually that bridge will come off like this, you see? So now that I know that the points are okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little more. I think I just reached that point there without any without the need of any jumper wire. I might be able to do the same with this one here. Let me see if I can lift it with a tweezer. Actually, it's on there, soldered already. Okay, that's better. So we have that one. We have this one. Now we need this one here. And that one definitely needs some jumper wire, okay? I'm gonna grab some wire. Applying a little bit of flux in the wire. I'm just managing the tweezers here, they're not the best. Actually, let me get some better tweezers, okay? Okay. So now, we have some good tweezers. We have some flux here. And now touch that pin. Hold on. I'm just adjusting the tweezers here so I get a better angle. Okay. So let's see. So that's in place. I don't know why it's dark today. I think you guys can see it. Anyways, now we're gonna move this wire here. Grab a little more solder. and solder away. So that's it for that. You can see the solder here. You can grab this side, wiggle it or cut it carefully. From there, and so that's good. Everything else looks good. So let me do the other side now, and then we'll come back and test the points on there. Make sure that they are touching each other with a multimeter and continuity mode. This one shouldn't be so bad since the hole's already big. Hopefully the solder sticks well. It should be fine. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of flux. We are going to put some solder. I'm putting quite a bit of flux in there for now. I'm sorry, solder. But it should melt there nicely. You don't want that port to fall again. I'm going to put some Teflon tape right on these components there, just for security, and come in with the heat gun and the solder iron at the same time. Now he did drill these holes here, but I don't see any area there where there's any circuitry or wires running through there, so we should be fine. I'm gonna let this bridge here stay like that, so that it helps with the holding on to the for more support, you can say, because it doesn't want to stick. There's no we're gonna have to do I think that's good for this area. We're gonna have to solder from the other side. Let's see what we can do. So we can see that solder went through all the way, but it's probably not touching as good as it should. So we're going to solder these areas here, and we're going to put a little bit of flux. We just want the best support for this HDMI port so that it doesn't fall when they plug in the cable. Same thing we're going to do on the other side. So that's really good right here. It's flowing down nicely. This one's doing good. And I think that's good for this side. And you'll see what I mean. Since he drills the hole with some kind of iron piece or something, we gotta get the best support. So you can see the pins are nice. I don't think you can see. It's hot. Anyways, right here, they're flowing nice and through. So let's try to do the same thing for the other side. You can see how deep he went on that hole, which is fine, I hope. So we're going to put some more solder there. Get the best grip as possible. So that is good so far. We're going to try to melt it through. I know that looks like a lot of solder, but we can always pick it up with a solder iron. I can see that it's going through from here. Which is good, and we're going to leave it like that. So that's good right there, okay? Excuse me. So now that we did that, turn it over, check the other side. We are going to leave this area like this. I could put more, but I don't think I will. And again, the reason being is because we want the port to be really strong, okay? So let's check this area for continuity. So the points that we did, we're going to check. We might as well check them all. So one on each, one side of the rail or trace. We're going to go, for example, here. Okay, that one leads all the way to you guys cannot see the multimeter, but if you hear a beep, then you know we're good. So that one's good. That one doesn't lead there. We'll check the other one right here. I believe that one's ground. Good. Good. This is one of the ones we did, so we gotta hear a beep here for sure. Good. Good. I think this is no, something else, but we might as well check it. Good. This is another one we did. Oh shit, you guys can't see, huh? Okay, since I blocked the view, we're gonna do it again just on the ports that we have done, okay? So this is this one. So good. And this is that one. And then finally these two. That one. And then the final one is this one here. Let me zoom out a little bit. You guys still can't see. Camera's not capturing. Oh, maybe right there. So that one here goes right here. So we seem to be fine. So there you go, guys. That's some lifted pads that we replaced, retraced, fixed, and I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. That's the way. That's what it looks like. We were able to use 2 jumper wires for two of them, and then the other one we soldered directly to the pad. 2 of them directly to the pad. Everything else looks good. Actually, look at this one. This one's not soldered. So we gotta come back and fix this. Carefully, without heating up the other area. If not, we have to retrace those pads, those points. We're going to use so there it is, guys. I'm going to retouch them here shortly. I got somebody I got to deal with, but it's good. Thank you guys for watching. Come back, subscribe, hit like. We'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, sorry about that. I had a customer here come in and he was waiting for his gaming console. Anyhow, the pins look good. The soldering, the jumper wires we did are all touching each other properly. This one is good. This one seems a little wobbly, but I think it's from the other side. So I'm gonna resolder this one. And you know what? I'm going to yank this one out and do it from the other side, okay? From the top. I'm going to solder that from here, okay? And then retouch this one, and then retouch this one too. So that's a lot better. I think that looks pretty well. Okay, now I'm happy with that one. So that looks good. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hit like, subscribe. See you guys next time.